Great. Thanks, everyone. Thanks for hanging in there throughout the day. I know we have one really good presentation right after ours. So just want people to make sure to open up their chat area. And to get started, if Carolyn and I wanted to, use this time here to get a little information from you folks as well. So what I want you to do is open up your chat, and in the chat, type the top 3 campus priorities, but don't hit return. I just want you to open up your chat right now. Go ahead and type those in the chat. Give it a think. I think we're going to see some consistency, but we're going to take a look at those, and then maybe throughout today's presentation, make sure to point out those programs and services that will help you meet those campus goals. So again, go ahead and open up your chat. And usually in other programs, I could see chat activity beforehand, but open up your chat, hit, when I say 1, 2, 3, enter, go ahead and hit enter, and then we're going to take a look at those, okay? So I'll give you a couple more seconds here. And Carolyn, I think you can probably see the chat best.
I can.
So let's try it. Let's go 1, 2, 3. Oh, cool. Okay.
Yeah. So I'm seeing a lot of mental health, student retention, enrollment, program development and assessment, diversity, equity, and inclusion, sustainability, budget. Lots of themes, though, a lot of similarity in the priorities across the campuses: prepping for a new LMS, keeping faculties and students safe in the return to campus, increasing enrollments, student supports and holistic retention, LMS migration, a lot of LMS focus, so LMS training, online STEM, LMS training. So lots of themes around student supports, enrollment. Yes, so thanks for sharing your priorities.
Yeah, and you'll see as we go through the presentation, we'll highlight some of those programs that align with those campus needs. So I'm going to go ahead first and give an update from CPD, and then I will turn things over to Carolyn. So thinking about this past academic year, how crazy it has been, I just thought about some highlights from the year. And so we have had a tremendous increase in no-cost programs, of course, because of the budget issues that we have had and the campuses have had, or lack of budget, I should say, and reprioritizing of campus budgets to help, fight the COVID pandemic. So we have put out a lot of programs at no cost, and you've probably seen that throughout the year. CPD has also had an increase in supporting various university-wide initiatives. And because of that, we've been able to engage with different audiences that we haven't really served in the past, and including students. I'll highlight a couple of those programs. We also launched our monthly newsletter called The Learning Org, touch upon the growth of various communities of practice throughout the system. We also launched a virtual conference platform, which we're going to be utilizing the next 3 days in delivering the CIT conference this year. So you'll really get a good taste of that. Highlight a few of our new partnerships. There has been a change in the CPD Technical Program, and I'll talk about that. Also, I'll highlight some of our new program development, some things that you haven't seen yet, but it's good for you to know that they are in the works. And then I'll take you out to our CPD YouTube channel as well. We have been capturing a lot of our programs and putting them out there for campuses to utilize, to view, or to incorporate in their own training and professional development activities. Shrink this little thing. Okay, so SUNY CPD Strategic Themes. I hope you have seen these throughout the past year. We set a theme of really trying to create a culture of recognition. So in our newsletter, The Learning Org, we have focused on some of our instructors, our long-term instructors. We have been highlighting people that have completed our certificate programs and earned badges and certificates, really trying to make sure we brought focus to that and their professional development activities. Addressing the future of work, we, especially at the beginning of the pandemic, we've done a lot of Zoom training, we've done a lot of managing remote teams, learning, how we use technology to work better together remotely. We're not seeing each other face to face. Advancing the learning organization, and that ties back to our newsletter, The Learning Org. Harnessing the power of video. I will, again, take you out to our YouTube channel and show you all that we've been doing there. And fostering and communicating innovation. Now, Carrie touched a bit upon that this morning. The SUNY CPD has supported the Provost Innovation Fund, the PIF Communities of Practice. We spent a few years doing that. Also, the IITG program is now underneath the Center for Professional Development umbrella and is being managed by Chris Price. So, looking to get funding again for that program and starting to seed innovation and looking for better ways to help communicate with campuses what is happening, what's the innovations that are happening, and how could other campuses, replicate those and how they could scale. Up here on the screen, I do have our mission and vision, highlighted some of the key words here. I did want to just point out that our three main audiences, campus leadership and administration. We partner with our sister organization, which we call SUNY SAIL as our sister organizations. Its previous life as the Institute for Community College Development we were actually co-located together at one time. So we have a really good synergy between the two organizations and really support one another. Faculty and instructional support staff and our technical staff, those are longstanding communities of practice, which we have served for many years. I'm going to draw out some of those signature elements that I highlighted within our mission and vision. So programs are designed and delivered using a program framework that incorporates these elements. So our programs are cost effective. When you look at participating in a program, I'm going to say on High Flex that we offered this past December, what would it be if you were to take that outside of SUNY? And the return on investment and being able to offer it internally is much greater. And we're going to be doing some better statistics at really being able to communicate that return on investment out to our campuses. I wanted to also, I noted here, cost effective. We do leverage internal SUNY expertise. And so we're really trying to make sure that campuses aren't all doing the similar thing, working in their silos, really, sharing and networking across the system. And when we do that, when we're using our internal SUNY expertise, we're able to keep costs low as well. Not only that, but we're able to customize things for SUNY. Our programs, we have a framework for our curriculum that is community driven and competency based. So community driven, we're working with communities of practice throughout the system to assess needs, to assess what those competencies are that in order for them to be successful in their role. And competency based is we're really looking for not just, attendance at our programs, but really showing that that you have a certain knowledge and skills and be able to demonstrate that within our programs. Our programs are innovative, focusing on new tools and technologies. We like to focus on informal learning. So really emphasizing the importance of that informal learning and discussions that happen at our conferences, by serving on SUNY-wide committees. We're able to really learn from one another, and that's important. And we try to really work with that community of practice and create those opportunities for engagement with one another. And then latest trends. We focus on latest trends and proven best practices. So always something new to learn right around the corner. And it's probably one of the reasons why I've been in this role for so long. So again, free and low cost programs, there's just some statistics there. You know, this past academic year, we really seek to cover our costs. We're, you know, not a profit-making entity, but we are looking to recover any costs associated with those programs. So in the light of no travel budgets and redistribution of income to fight COVID, again, we have been able to do this, and it is because of all of you, really. I just want to say thank you to everyone who has contributed to our programs and who has willingly shared their expertise. It really shows how collegial SUNY is, and collaborative, and resilient. So for those of you who have contributed, I just wanted to recognize you and thank you. New SUNY-wide program support. So we have had the opportunity to serve other areas of the university that we haven't normally interacted with. Of course, we work very closely with our colleagues at SUNY SAIL and OER services within SUNY Online. So those folks within academic technology services we work closely with, but we have been able to engage with some of these communities that I have on here. So SUNY Enrollment Services, we worked with them to support their campus information sessions last year when they were looking to move these sessions online in an online format. We have helped enrollment services, financial aid. We have talked to them about designing their services and their programs to serve in an online environment. We've helped provide that support as well. Let's see, High School Equivalency Conference, the EOCs, really sharing amongst themselves as well. So we helped to design and deliver that conference as well. And even the Department of Ed actually reached out to us. There's a system that they were looking to do training on. And again, they were moving from face-to-face to online. And so they reached out to their SUNY colleagues. These are just some of the other groups that we have helped support throughout the year. CPD staff, we might not be out front and center, but the delivery and services staff are usually, you know, behind the scenes. And we have helped support many of these programs that you have seen. And just wanted to acknowledge the delivery and services staff, and thrilled to be able to work in other with other units that we haven't normally been aligned with. And because of that, you know, I had pointed out those 3 audiences within our mission, and you may have noticed that we don't normally, we haven't identified a student focus. So we don't normally provide programs geared towards students with that student audience. But really in this past academic year, we have helped support a lot of student-centered programs, and it's really been thrilling. You know, we've gotten to hear from the students. As a former librarian, I always got to work with students. So I've really enjoyed being able to hear the students and look at those issues that are important to them. So these are some of the programs that we have helped support and consulted on in their design and delivery. Constitution Day was actually in partnership with the Applied Learning Unit as well. The Learning Organization, you heard me mention that. This is our new newsletter that we launched this past year. It's really focusing on it's based upon this book called The Fifth Discipline by Peter Senge, which highlights these 5 disciplines that all organizations should strive for when being flexible, nimble, you know, constantly learning, and, you know, making sure that culture is present throughout their organization. So we decided to that's how we identify ourselves. You know, we're striving for these various disciplines as well. And so that's why we named our our newsletter that. So if you haven't been getting it, make sure to visit the CPD website, and there is a link there to join our listserv, and you'll regularly be getting these, our newsletters. Community building, we do manage the workplace community, we call it community building system, which provides these tools to allow groups to collaborate across the system. There's been a tremendous growth in that because there's been such a need this past year for people to connect with one another and figure out those tools that they need in order to work effectively. So there's been a tremendous growth in participants and groups within the workplace initiative. So we were so excited when we went over 10,000. I think we sent out a little celebration message, but it has really grown immensely. Our virtual conference platform, it's called OnAir. You're going to be experiencing that. For those of you who have registered for CIT, you'll be experiencing that in the next 3 days. There's a vendor showcase, there's poster sessions. You know, it's really trying to create some of those avenues that we come to expect at a conference, as opposed to doing everything within Zoom. So I, hope we have fun with this, right? Tomorrow, in the next 3 days, actually. So definitely looking forward to it. These are some of the new partnerships we've engaged with in the past year. SUNY Global and SUNY Special Events, we all do events. So in that event planning aspect of the CPD, we've been able to collaborate and engage with one another, which has been really nice. Again, SUNY is very collegial and collaborative, and I think that's how we've made it through this very difficult year. Microsoft, you've seen application training. We've done a lot of that, information security. So what I just want to say about some of our external partnerships is that you are able to use your training dollars on account to participate in offerings with those vendors. So any questions about that? Chris Lynch, really helps manage the relationships with those vendors. So feel free to reach out to Chris or myself. And those vendors, we really engage with a lot on the technical program side. So another big change for this year is the CPD Technical Program is changing. It's no longer going to be aligned directly with the services provided by SUNY iTech. We have been able to broaden the types of programs that we're offering through the technical program. The membership needs to be renewed. If you did want to continue a technical program and participating in those technical programs, that membership is no longer being managed by SUNY iTech. It's coming straight through the Center for Professional Development. And we're being more inclusive in the advisory group for driving those programs. Any questions about that as well, feel free to reach out. I'm going quick, trying to, Carolyn. I just wanted to highlight an award that we got this past year for our SUNY Remote Teaching Institute. It was from the Continuing Education Association for a non-credit program. Again, this was an award for the CPD. However, this was really an award that we share with everyone in the SUNY Online community, everyone who contributed to this Remote Teaching Institute. This was a huge lift and a lot of work, throughout the instructional design and online learning community to deliver this, and it was recognized. So very proud of that. These are some of our new programs coming up. A Career Champion Certificate, so to help develop career champions throughout your campus community, so that we're all kind of speaking that same language at any touch point that the student has on a campus, and not just kind of waiting for career services to kind of pick that up. We've all got to be engaged in this. As well as career competency development for students. So we'll be launching a program later on this year. We're redesigning some of our online certificate programs and instructional design certificate programs. Diversity, equity, and inclusion, I saw that come up within our chat area. There is a community of practice within workplace. And we are offering, partnering with the DEI office. There is an advisory committee as well, who is helping to support discussion forums. So campuses can get together and talk about DEI topics and how they're addressing things on their campus. So, so look for that within Workplace. These are some of our other new programs that we've done. I think it was last week, yes, we supported the Global Accessibility Awareness Day, offered this past December a High Flex series. And I'm pointing these out specifically because we do have the videos and recordings from these programs out on our YouTube channel. So I will show you where those are. The Otter Institute, which is, I don't remember the acronym, Online Teaching and Technology Educational Resources. I'm sorry, Jamie, if you're on. That is coming up. That was just launched. And so that's going to be, you know, training folks that are instruction, you know, faculty, instructional designers, librarians, people involved with instruction. And it's going to be starting actually very shortly. We're looking at June, and it goes throughout the summer to August. I think I'll put a couple of links in the chat when I get done here.
Yeah,
So,
actually, Jamie's been adding it into the chat as you go. So all the dates and links are there.
Yay. Okay. So the other thing I just wanted to do is the Center for Professional Development website. So we are in the midst of redesigning a website, but I just wanted to show you to go to cpd.suny.edu. This is an electronic brochure. You can download this. This has all the specifics about our programs, both a CPD as well as SAIL. So you could come right here, click on this, and it, you know, brings up our brochure, so you can visit that. And then in our CPD recordings library, that's where you can find a lot of recordings of these programs that we've been doing this past year. So you can go to playlists, and Remote Teaching Institute is in here. There's SUNY Accessibility Week. There's the art, yeah, flexible instruction, practical course design, a lot of terrific resources in here. So I just wanted to point that out to folks. So hopefully I can pop over and take a look at some of those questions. Thank you, Jamie. Oh, good. All the information is there. Awesome. Okay. So I'm going to turn things over to Carolyn now. And Carolyn, I can launch any of the polls.
Carolyn, you're on mute.
There, can you see my slides?
Yeah.
Okay, good. All right, let me just make sure you can see it full screen here. And I'll swap. And so, Lisa, I think I figured out why we've always connected and got along so well. I did not know that about you, that you used to be a librarian. I've never met a librarian I didn't like. Always learning about one another.
Yeah.
And so I'm happy to partner with CPD, and it's been fantastic. 4 years together as sister organizations, as the SAIL Institute has expanded the offerings for leadership development, and the partnership with CPD has been really instrumental in this becoming available and accessible to the campuses. So thank you for our continued partnership, and happy to share a little bit about what's happening at the SAIL Institute. See here. So for those of you who haven't heard of the SAIL Institute, hopefully the word is out by now. But what drives us is really making sure that people at the campuses, and that's, you know, faculty, staff, professionals, even student programs, that you're all prepared for the leadership roles. They're very important. And you know, it's a larger responsibility for people as they step into those leadership roles. So we want to make sure that we're offering programs that help you get where you want to be and support you when you're there. So that's what drives us. And we really take pride in the fact that we are embedded right in the SUNY system and help people who are working within SUNY. So this is our team. We couldn't do it alone. We are in Albany in the system administration building when we're not restricted to working from home. But we are here to support people all across the campuses. And this is just a snapshot of some of the people that work with us, either as a leadership fellow or they come in and help us on strategic projects. And so hopefully you'll get a chance to meet many of these fine folks in the year ahead. So you share with us your campus priorities, and that's really going to help us as we start to think about what's around the corner and what you are thinking about and working on. So thank you for sharing that. Some of the SAIL signature programs, you know, if you have heard of us, it's very likely that it's because of our summer leadership program. This is something that's been offered even before SAIL started. So we're happy to keep the tradition going. We have been halted a little bit because of the COVID pandemic, but we will be back next July, and you can always count on that program being offered the very last week of July. So we'll be back in Hamilton next year. And before that, you'll see the executive leadership program. So our summer leadership program helps our mid-career folks who are in that mid-level of their development, and they're looking to expand and take that next step into leadership. The executive leadership program helps our leaders and prepares them for interviewing and being in a position to accept either provost or vice president or presidential role at a campus within the next 1 to 3 years. So that's really the senior level program. We'll hopefully be offering that mid-June, June 13 through 16, and we'll be offering that at the SUNY Global Center in New York City. So a 4-day in-person experience. And so that's our tentative plan, and hopefully all paths are cleared for us to be able to offer that once again. We've really expanded our offerings in terms of leadership academies. So these are opportunities for anyone in the SUNY campus, at the SUNY system rather, at any campus to be able to get involved. So if you are a department chair or you work with a department chair or someone who's been tapped to serve as a chair in the very near future, our Chairs Academy is the perfect place to direct them. We're offering this virtually next month, and filled up even in the early birds part of our registration period. So we know there are a lot of eager new chairs who want to come together, and they'll do that online this summer, but we will offer that annually. We also partner with the Hispanic Leadership Institute and help them to be able to put together their leadership focused programs. And I know they'll have a call for nominations coming out very soon. So we'll, if you do receive SAIL emails, you'll see that come through soon as well. Our CIO Leadership Academy may be of interest to this group if you're focused and working with IT professionals at your campus. We've offered that for 4 years consecutively, and this year being a little bit different, we didn't offer a full academy, but we did have some spring offerings that were free, no cost, and people could jump in and get some professional development online, and opportunities to work with an executive coach, or begin a SUNY 360 project if they're interested in taking a look at their leadership skills and put together an action plan for where they'd like to be. So some of those CIO programs were still happening. They just looked a little different this year, and we'll be back again next year in February. And that's a semester-long experience for people who are either aspiring to a leadership role in IT, or if they're already on that path and they're looking to maybe be a CIO at a campus. So we partner with NYSERNet to do that, and it's been a very popular program and have had many graduates through it, and we stay in touch with our alumni network, which is fantastic. Our Business Officers Academy is right now in the phase of accepting nominations, and we work with SABOA to be able to do that, and also CCBOA. So if you are in a business officer function or you work with someone who might be interested, I encourage you to look at that information in the program. being offered. SABOA is actually fully funding scholarships again for the second year for that program. So we're talking about keeping a focus on low cost and no cost opportunities. So want to make sure that you know about that as well. So like everyone, we have shifted into the virtual world. So many of these SAIL programs were in-person experiences, but we've been redesigning things to be able to do them without any skipping a beat here. And so we've even hosted our graduation celebrations online. So I want to share some snapshots of happy faces who have come through our programs. And even though they look a little different being online and everyone at home, we're still focused on leadership development, and the opportunities have not stopped. Lisa mentioned some student-focused programs, so I'm happy to share with you that SAIL has also delved into this over the past couple of years. This past fall, we had 47 students from 27 different SUNY campuses go through our Student Leadership Academy. This was a no-cost virtual program. It was made up with virtual seminars, so a 2-hour experience on a Friday. Most of the programs were on Fridays. So our students came together and they were inspired by a leader either in SUNY or beyond. We even had Google executives who were there, and we had I'm not sure if you're familiar with Sports Talk, but Jenna Wolf, who is on the Fox News Network. She was one of our inspirational speakers talking about leadership. She's a proud SUNY grad. So we had a fantastic lineup of speakers and opportunities for students from across the campuses to really get together and start networking with one another and focus on their leadership skills. So I mention this because we are planning another exciting year the fall ahead. And so if your campus has not participated, we would love to get you involved. So our vision for this program is to have 2 students from each of the SUNY campuses participate. So take a look at our website, and if you don't see your campus listed there, we would love to get you involved. And if you could help us identify a liaison to do that, that would be wonderful. We did offer a innovative new virtual series this past fall to help people get through some challenging times. So we had that program on inclusive citizen leadership. And so now we're refocused for 2021 and early 2022 on empowering our change leaders. So this is a resilience series. We know there are a lot of challenges ahead, but we want our leaders to be the ones taking those first steps at envisioning what higher ed is going to look like in our next chapter. So it will be a series of 5 online 1-hour interactive webinars. These are live synchronous programs. They'll begin in October and they will continue all the way through March. We also use SUNY Workplace to continue those relationships in between the live sessions. So there's a cohort of people who continue to learn and connect with one another there. And at the end of the experience, they earn a certificate of completion and a digital badge. So look for information about this if you're interested. It's a very low cost program. I think the cost is about $125 for everything. And the people who went through it last year really spoke highly of it. So the model is going to work, and we're just looking at what the curriculum will be for our Resilience Change Leader series. If you haven't heard about the Mindful Leadership Program, I'm so excited to share this with you. We're going into our 3rd semester now of being able to offer this on Blackboard. And so they've been filling up. We keep the attendance pretty low in these programs. We want to really keep it to be a personalized experience for people. So we have 15 people in each class. It's made up with a series of 3 courses. So for those new to mindfulness and meditation, we get you started in an intro class. And even for people who have done some meditation, they really learn a lot in this introduction class. So there's a lot in that 4-week experience, and then they progress into mindful communication, and the capstone experience is mindful leadership. So there are a few seats left in that still, so they'll kick off August 31st. If you're interested, we've got a web page with complete details. We've been doing a lot actually at the SAIL Institute on mindfulness. I think people have been under so much stress this past year that we've been trying to adapt and respond to that. So you'll even see next month, so I can't believe June is right around the corner, but in June, that's our month of mindfulness, and we'll have a series of free half-hour Zoom sessions, each different topics on mindfulness with a focus on leadership. So there'll be Mindful Mondays coming this June. Many people have gone through our 360. This is a custom tool that SUNY SAIL offers. And so want to make sure that you're aware of it. It's a very low cost opportunity to go through an important 360 experience. If you're new to leadership or you've been in leadership and you're looking for that feedback that's sometimes difficult to get from people, this is an online system, so it's confidential and anonymous. So the cost on this is only $125. I'm so proud to be able to offer it at that low rate, because if you look anywhere outside of SUNY and try to do this, the rates are closer to about $500 for a 360 report. So if you're looking for that, or you think maybe that your cabinet, your president's cabinet at your campus might be, we've been getting an influx of calls for the 360 lately, so I think the word is out there. Leaders Learning Live is the SAIL webinar. It's another no-cost leadership development opportunity. If you're looking to just enhance your own skills or listen in on a topic of interest, I encourage you to look at our webpage with all of the programs. So we've got our upcoming schedule, a couple topics listed here on the screen, so you can see what we've got going on. But any program that's happened already is available on demand. So we're starting to build up our library of on-demand leadership programs. So there's a lot there. If you're looking for something in particular that you don't see, please reach out to me. We're always trying to build up a calendar of programs that are going to meet your needs. So that's every third Thursday of the month, right at noon, so 12 to 1, and you can, put us on mute and enjoy your lunch and learn. So Lisa mentioned this workplace group. It's a community discussion forum. So I know this has been taking off over the past few months. And so if you haven't joined yet, there is a link to join. And we encourage anyone who wants to get into the conversations and learn a little bit more and just engage with one another on these very important topics. There is a place for you. And so I just want to make sure those who are interested know that it's there. If you haven't heard of BizLibrary, this is just a quick teaser that a SUNY system has a pricing agreement. So the SUNY system administration did a project about a year ago to find an online compliance training solution to help support the 550 employees at system administration. But in part of that negotiation, a system-wide contract or pricing agreement rather was put in place. So you can be assured that the price that is being offered through BizLibrary is the lowest that they will offer. It's only $10 per employee, which includes both their LMS and also the full library, which is 8,600 plus videos of training. So not only compliance training, but also professional development training as well. And over the past 6 months or so, we've had, I think, 8 campuses sign on. So there are more and more campuses getting involved with BizLibrary. And there's even a workplace group for our LMS administrators who want to connect and learn from one another and get the most out of the investment in this system. Just a snapshot of what it looks like. So, it's even got 5-star ratings on their videos. So anyone who takes a course can give their instant feedback. And so you know what you're getting into before you jump into a video. They're all very short format. I don't think there's much beyond, the 40-minute mark. So for people who are looking for quick hits of professional development, you're working in Excel and looking for help on how to set up a pivot table, for instance, you'll find it in here. So it's been a fantastic resource, and definitely at the system administration, people are really getting use out of it. So if you would like to get involved more with SAIL, we would love to hear from you. So campuses will call us or email us and talk to us about some of the leadership development needs that they have. And we're happy to craft solutions that will meet your needs and fit in your budget. We help you find experts and presenters. And we have I showed you our network of leadership fellows. So we've got some relationships in place already to be able to help campuses. So let us know if there's something that we can do to help you. And I mentioned all of the programs that we're offering through SAIL. We would love to have you nominate either yourself or a colleague to be able to get involved and participate in a program. So we are on Workplace. So from time to time, you'll see announcements from SAIL Institute. That's us. And if you would like to get our emails, I encourage you to go to our webpage. Our web address is sunysail.org. There's a link right at the bottom of the homepage to sign up and join in on our emails. We're also on Twitter from time to time, not as often as we likely should be, but we are on Twitter as well. We try to, stay connected in our social media platforms also. And we've also got our blog. So our leadership fellows will write articles on higher education leadership topics. So we've got a library of the blog articles and we release those as well. So if you sign up for newsletters, you'll also see the blog. So Lisa, I know we wanted to ask them a chat question here, or a poll question rather. So hopefully I've allowed enough time to be able to do that.
Here, I actually have it programmed in, but before I push out the poll, I put two questions in the chat just because I often get these questions from folks about compliance training. Like, do we do any compliance training? And so I'm wondering if BizLibrary does offer those types of trainings.
Yeah, that's actually the main reason that solution was put in place, is because they do meet that compliance training need. Yeah, and so I'm happy to share more particulars if there's specific training you're thinking about, but yes, definitely.
Okay, and then who can people contact about the BizLibrary pricing?
Oh, sure. You can reach out to me and I'm happy to share the account rep at BizLibrary with you, or I can put it in the chat before we wrap up here. If you want to reach right out to Dirk Engel is his name at BizLibrary, and he is the dedicated SUNY account rep.
Okay, let's see. I'm trying to see if there's any other questions that we missed. Okay. So as you know, things are starting to open up, with the vaccinations and people are planning for the fall and for the next academic year. So Carolyn and I were talking about, what about programming? We're curious to know, if we should continue doing virtual. People have talked about offering things in hybrid methods. What does it look like for travel on your campus? Is there any sense of that? Are people just itching to get back together? So we just had a few poll questions that we wanted to just kind of take the temperature of the audience here. So I think we have a few minutes left. So I'm going to go ahead and launch the first poll. How have you found the virtual programming?
It looks like we've got about 58% of the votes in. We'll just leave that open for another couple seconds here, but get your vote in. We'd love to know what you think.
Okay. I'll go ahead and end that and share the results here.
It's
So
really
equal
split.
to
It's
thrilled
really
to hear
split
that.
though, right? Because then when you dig down a little more, you've got 27% saying it's more convenient and valuable, and then 23% saying less valuable. They miss in person. It's really interesting data. So I think that, is a natural segue to the next question we had for them about hybrid events and what the future holds with that. But it's just really interesting to see this.
Okay, so, well, we have one more about travel.
Yep.
Okay, so let me push that one out.
All right, so if travel's restored and budget allows for events that are typically 1 day or longer face-to-face, what do you prefer?
Okay,
We've got 54% of the votes in. Let us know what you think. If for those programs that are at least a day or longer, what would you prefer?
so for instance, CIT, that's typically a 3.5 day conference. We did manage to get it down into 3 days, but oftentimes 3 days online, that's really can be really fatiguing. The nice thing is that we do have those library of recordings to go back to. So I'm going to go ahead and end that poll and share the results. So if the travel budget is restored, yeah. And I don't really kind of have a sense yet about, how that looks for campuses. So, so you're going to continue to see us, offer things in that online environment. Although Carolyn, you did say you're going to be doing something, you're already planning on a face-to-face down at Global, which is great.
Yeah, I think June is more than a year away, and we are planning it. So yes, we'll be back in person.
Yeah. Great. And let me see a couple of additional questions. Any plans to provide more home econ type of webinars?
Home
Fill out
economics.
forms, do your taxes.
I get a lot of students coming into the library and asking me just basic stuff that it's like, I don't think I'm quite capable of helping them out with, but at the same time, it's like they're not always on campus at a time where they can go to visit the financial officers, especially for filling out their FAFSA, or they can't take advantage of some of the other services. So just having a very quick video that isn't necessarily going to cover everything, but just very basics. This is what a FAFSA is. This is how you fill it out, or this is a W-2. It's like, this is what it looks like. This is when you should get it. And it's like, and here are the services available to help you with just basic living on your own for the first time stuff.
Right. I don't have any immediate plans, but we have worked with the financial aid folks. They might have something about the FAFSA. I can certainly pass that along, but yeah, my daughter will refer to this as adulting. Is what she would say. Yes. Adulting.
There's a lot of talk of adulting classes or adulting programming for in the high school to college transition realm.
Yeah, that's good input. Alex, virtual thing works for everyone's virtual.
Hey, Lisa, can I just chime in on that? Because I think that is an interesting point. I think historically that has been true, but I think, when we look at the high flex model that many of our campuses are looking at for, regular campus classes, and we think that, in some other spaces where I'm looking at, what do we do in the next year? There are some cases where maybe people are going to want to come together virtually, and maybe somebody put this in the chat, right? That if you are not able to come and face-to-face is the only option, then you miss out, right? So the question I have is, can we effectively do training simultaneously for in-person and face-to-face so that we can provide greater options and people can do what works for them?
Right, that was, we were gonna get people into a quick breakout, but it looks like we're short on time. High flex professional development,
Yes,
right? So we
exactly,
were-
Jamie, exactly.
Yeah, this hybrid learning environment, what does that look like? Does that look like every single thing at the face-to-face conference needs to be duplicated in the online environment and vice versa? You know, so it's, you know, we're trying to kind of figure out what that expectation is for people. You know, there's a lot of networking that happens at the face-to-face events, and then we think, you know,
Yeah.
how do we really duplicate that in the virtual environment? So it's kind of things that Carolyn and I keep kind of tossing around to see how can we give people that choice.
Yeah, it does sort of seem inevitable that this is in our future, you know, for professional development and leadership development programs. And so we would love at some point to connect with people and learn more about what their needs are, what success would look like in an event, and sort of put some frame around, you know, if you are connecting in virtually, what your expectations are or your hopes are. So that as we start to plan these programs, that you know, we do it to meet the needs, and you know, they would be a valuable experience.
Yeah, so you know, how do we apply the principles of high flex to professional development, I think is the question.
Yeah.
Great, well, thank you, everyone.
Yeah, and just another shameless plug, a reminder that CPD points are accepted for both programs that Lisa was talking about, as well as SAIL programs, and our contact information is up here as well. So we love to connect with you and make sure that we're meeting your needs. And thank you for your time today, and I hope you enjoy your conference.
Thanks, everyone. Go ahead and stop the recording.